Welcome, welcome, welcome to another news and update. I'm so glad that you all are here. This is our 206th episode. Wow, they're counting down.
We're getting old.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we are. That's true too. This month is filled with those goblins and the joys of Halloween, and so is our studio.
We're getting old.
Yeah, we are.
Are you all ready for Halloween?
This
Your spirit on, we're ready, and we know Marsha's ready with her amazing, scary voices. Yay! Are you all ready? We're ready, and we know Marsha's
I'm trying to get to the top of the script here, and I'm working my way up.
The creaking noise makes it work too. I was doing the same thing.
Okay, everybody, are you all ready for Halloween? I'm trying to get
Yes.
to the top of the script here. News and Updates has been bringing you the news from around the Offspace VR community and beyond for over 4 years. And we do it with an equal mix of tears, laughter, and groans.
Yes.
News and Updates has been bringing you the news from around the Offspace VR community and beyond.
We do not work for Allspace
And
VR.
we do it with an
Aren't they
equal
lucky?
mix of tears,
We are not
laughter,
We are not
and
employees.
groans.
We are volunteers
News
under the watchful eye of our ghostly producer Mark, who honestly scares us into behaving each week. Aren't they lucky?
Indeed. You have no idea how close to truth that is. All right. We have plenty of news to share with you, both haunting and hollowed. So let's get rocking. Indeed.
Well, first, kudos and cheers to Dr. Jose Ferrer, a well-known world builder and leader of the Educators in VR XR medical and healthcare team and the Spanish team, and producer of the amazing Carolina X musical tour. He was honored this week as one of the celebrated Allspace VR contributors, bringing light and magic to so many through his work with Education VR and worlds promoting well-being. They're wonderful. As one of the
Absolutely. Dr. Jose is really a family and emergency medical doctor in Barcelona who is now leading an innovative program for providing VR access and training to medical professors. He's really focused on senior healthcare in Spain. He's won awards for his innovative world building and has received international interest in his VR medical training for senior care. Congrats to our friend, Dr. Jose.
Yes.
We are so proud of you. Yay. Senior healthcare in Spain.
Yes, totally. AR Post has pushed a series called Metaverse and Investing, exploring the opportunities for retail investors. In the latest issue, they explored the software and infrastructure and declared Microsoft a company to watch and invest in.
Appropriate for Halloween, the article said, and I quote,
In the latest
Metaverse
issue,
is going
they
to be
explored
made
the
of
software
many
and
souls.
infrastructure and declared
Indeed it
Microsoft
is.
a
Among
company
the
to
platforms
watch
they recommend to
and
navigate, meet,
invest
study, and
in.
work, the top performers were Microsoft's Allspace VR and Medix from Eisenberg Rooms. Is going to be made of many souls.
Yes.
Indeed it is.
The reporters for the AP Post also stated that Unity was going to be the driving force behind the metaverse, and that Roblox would be ideal, dig this, for decentralized gaming creation for companies determined to gamify their products and events. But basically, it won't be a teaching or meeting space. Now, I think Roblox has something else in mind, but that was interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting. But still, it's a big win for Allspace VR.
Well, speaking of investing, a new report from Global Data in their recent virtual reality market suggests a bigger growth than previously expected in the XR community and market. They say that the VR market will gain a growth of USD, that means dollars, folks, 51 billion with a B by 2030 and a compound annual growth rate of over 25% during the next 10-year projected period.
Wow.
That's amazing. And they credit the rising traction of VR and social media and live streaming and growing investment in VR technology in retail, automated healthcare, travel, and tourism, as well as law enforcement and human resources training. They credit the rising
While the
traction
typical
of
players,
VR,
including
social
Microsoft,
media,
are credited
and
as
live
part of the
streaming
infrastructure of
and
the
growing
metaverse,
investment in VR
ByteDance's new
technology
Pico
in
VR
retail,
headset has
automated
been
healthcare,
most
travel, and
excited
tourism,
as they
as
feel
well
it's
as
going
law
to shake up the
enforcement and
market.
human resources
And
training. And you know, somehow
while the
I
typical
think they're
players,
right.
including Microsoft,
I'm
are
really
credited
excited
as
about
part
the
of
new
the
headset,
infrastructure of the
but
metaverse,
also excited to see
ByteDance's new
HTC,
Pico VR
Valve,
headset has
Lenovo,
been
and other
most
companies
excited
racing to bring
as
their
they feel
headsets
it's
to
going to
market.
shake up
It's
the
a
market.
fantastic time to be in VR. Really exciting stuff happening in the next year or so. And we are here to witness it all. Yay!
Yeah.
And other companies
And
racing
get
to
some of
bring
the
their
good
headsets
stuff.
to market.
The New York
It's a
Times published an article this
fantastic
week
time to be in
calling
VR.
"This is Life
Really
in the
exciting
Metaverse."
stuff happening in the next
Not
year or
really,
so.
but
And
once
we
again, the
are
reporters
here
focused
to
on
witness it
Horizon,
all.
which is
Yay!
unfortunately
Yeah.
delayed.
Other
Oh,
companies
and
racing
much
to bring
more
their
to the
headsets
metaverse.
market.
The New York
It's a
Times
fantastic
published an
time
article
You
this
to
week
think? You
be in
think?
calling
VR.
"Yeah,
A
is
female
Life in the
reporter, Kashmir Hill, put on a Quest 2 and went exploring in Horizon. And while she encountered way too many underage children, but had a good time and a bad experience, now figure all that, she admits that she was addictive and enjoyable.
It was an addictive."
It was addictive. Yes.
She might
Okay,
have
she
been, but
admits
the
she
event
was
was, yeah.
she admits it was addictive and enjoyable and refreshing and quite a change from the most reporters' narrow perspective. Speaking of
Yes.
narrow, okay.
Yeah.
She could have been addictive too to the people who were there. We never know,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Well, you know, speaking of underestimating the metaverse, one of our favorite world builders, Darren, shout out to Darren, was featured on Simulation Nation this past week. There's Darren in the back with his typical green shirt. Congratulations, Darren.
Yay!
We shared the video in our news and updates Discord if you missed the show. And you guys, you have to watch it. It is just awesome. If you're a friend of Darren's, and even if you're not, you need to watch this. He did an awesome job. He talked about his world building worlds themed on popular movies and how they inspire him to not just build, but engage with visitors and take them on adventures. Congratulations, Darren. We're really proud
Yay,
of you.
Darren! Right, good
Yay,
job.
Darren.
Yay! Now, before we get to this fun stuff, a reminder to everyone that COVID is still around, and more people, even those vaccinated and thinking they're safe, are taking risks. They're traveling and attending group events and getting it. Now, Karen told us before the show, she says that when she goes out, she still wears a mask, but she's embarrassed about it. And we're telling her, don't be. We think that she's the smartest one in the room. Just because others aren't, don't you feel that way at all. Be the smartest one in the room who's still alive. It is still risky and it is still deadly, folks.
Yeah, and you know, I appreciate us reporting this every week, and Laurel, you for putting it together because it is a reminder that it is still out there. And you know, I think I've said this before. I go to yoga, and there's like 3 of us in the whole group that have masks on, and I'm thinking, do I really need to have a mask? Well, yes, I do. And you know, many people are misdiagnosing themselves with the flu and cold. They think they have the flu and the cold and not COVID. Don't do that. Get tested. One of our very own team members was very careful and he got it thinking it was a cold. It wasn't. He's now home on oxygen. Be aware that the systems are much the same, but the damage COVID is doing to the body beyond just flu and cold systems is very bad. Marcia, did I scare you there?
Oh, no, she's muted.
Oh, okay. Or
Marcia,
she
you with us?
crashed.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my
there you go.
goodness, I don't know how that happened. Well, I didn't do it. Anyway, you know, you're absolutely right. I implore everybody, please, please wear a mask. If not for yourselves, for the person next to you or for a loved one you might be near driving in a car with. Right, Laurel? Being vaccinated helps. COVID is on the rise throughout Japan, Taiwan, Europe, and the rest of the world, and starting to rise up again in the US. Be careful, mask up, and please attend events online in VR through the winter to stay safe. We want all of you to be happy, healthy, and in VR longer. And Laurel, did I hear you say there's a rise in Germany?
Yet Germany is now number 2 to the US.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. It's crazy.
Okay, it's hard to go from that to say now for the fun stuff, but let's do it. Now for the fun stuff.
Oh, that was a great transition, Marcia. I love it.
where we bring you the slightly off topic, bizarre, strange, and wow stuff that you enjoy.
How many of you are familiar with the emoji jump? Emoji jump. Emoji jump. What's the emoji jump? For those of you unfamiliar, this is when you get so excited hammering on the emoji buttons in 2D that you leap across the room. Well, if you're in classic mode anyway. Well, we found some news that you will really appreciate about buttons. Laurel, take it away.
Our reporter team ran across a story on JSTOR about how new technology tends to scare people, as well as invite those naysayers, skeptics, and those few lights that claim that this is the end of all that is good and holy in the world. Right? You know these people. You might be one of these people. Sometimes I'm one of these people. We've seen this, right? Okay? Something new comes along, we just go, it'll never work. Now, VR is among those things that many say will make you love this. VR will make you blind. It'll make your hair fall out. And of course, we all know it's going to destroy the world, right? Honestly, I've heard all of these things. Seriously.
Did you guys know that the electric push buttons brought fear to people when they were introduced?
The electric push buttons? Really? What about electric toothbrushes? I would have thought of that first, not buttons. Buttons are everywhere, especially here in Allspace. I mean, who wants to put an electric toothbrush in your mouth? Hello?
Well, you know, you're right, Marcia. Buttons are everywhere today. But when they arrived in the 1880s, they were integrated immediately into doorbells, intercoms, elevators, and everywhere. And the goal was to improve automation, but also protect people from the damage and pain of touching live electricity.
The naysayers and the promoters of doom, I just should have given you that line, claimed that buttons were magical and would bring about the destruction of humankind. They believe that push buttons would also make human skills atrophy, turning humans into lazy couch potatoes.
Well, in a way, they kind of did, right? No,
there's some truth there.
Yes, well, and you know, we have to be careful in VR. So last night I went to a party and I stood up through, I don't know, for the first half hour, and then I got tired of standing up and I sat down. But we have to be careful that we don't sit too much in VR, you know. But anyway, well, you know, it's likely that the push of the button may bring about the end of the universe, and that's no laughing matter. But consider and respect well the humble button the next time you push one.
Like I can sound like a voice over marketer. Are you feeling the constraints of your avatar? Are you feeling let down and limited by the lack of customization and variety in your avatars? Well, we have a solution for you.
Oh,
well done. Well done.
Very well done.
Okay, so we're poking fun. Now, this is not yet available in Altspace VR or anywhere, but only in the Street Fighter 6 game. It seems that the fighter games updated avatar system is allowing, shall we say, extensive customization.
um, Not just customization, but freak show customization. You can control the height and proportions, upper body, lower body, and really
Right.
dive right into waist width, pelvis width, six-pack ab depth, butt size, and even thigh size.
I,
Sounds like an avatar.
it is an avatar. Though I would love one in the real world because there are some bits of those body parts I'd like to adjust myself. Um, as you can see on the screen, some players beta testing the new interface and avatar customization have been having way too much fun distorting their avatars to horror proportions. It's just a little crazy.
Honestly. Well, I'd like to see a little more customization here in ASVR. I'm not ready for this. Not ready at all.
No, I'm not.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, God.
Anybody out here
No,
ready
yeah,
for that kind of?
No,
They're shaking their heads no.
There's some crazy out there. All right. Now, in 1990s, I will never forget, a friend called me to ask how I was doing in the Great Blizzard in Seattle. He told me he was watching a live feed from one of the famous floating bridges across Lake Washington break apart right on the show. And I was shocked as I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't think the snowstorm outside my window was that serious. He was in Switzerland. I was in Seattle. And he was watching the fairly new CNN. It was amazing to imagine a world that was made so small by that technology. And I thought about this experience over the years while I've been joining the many hurricane and watch parties here in AltSpace VR, uniting so many of us together with our worries and our fears while we sit together crossing borders watching the live stream of the news. It's an amazing experience.
Well, in 1999, the Weather Channel came across the air for cable users, making the weather accessible 24 hours a day. I watch it 24 hours a day. No, I don't, but I do have it on a lot, especially during Ian. Is it Ian or Ian? Anyway, I had it on all the time because my niece. So
Ian.
anyway, weather accessible 24 hours a day from anywhere. The automatic local weather information generated by the IntelliStar computer system installed for each local market, and people fell in love with it. They could watch the weather all day while listening to relaxing and smooth jazz soundtracks.
I'm sorry, it's not laughing, but the sound effects kill me every time. When I moved to the Gulf Coast of the United States, I didn't have a television. After the first hurricane hit, I bought one. Bought a small TV. And the Weather Channel ran almost full time in the background as I waited for the next storm. There were over a dozen more that year, and many, many of those hurricanes came through my neighborhood. It was a lifesaver.
As this dependable free service is going off the air after 23 years, local stations are stepping up. Today, the weather is a mobile app away, and you can even have weather announcement alerts in your VR headset through the virtual desktop app and other overlay apps. We can get the weather news anywhere at any time. Many of us will miss the Weather Channel, won't we?
Oh, yeah. I can't believe it's been 23 years that that's been going.
I can't
Weather
either.
Channel.
Oh, my dad used to just have that. He used to love that Weather Channel. Okay, you guys, on to some world building news. So, the best of Blender artists for the week on Blender Nation caught our attention as their work really inspires us to new heights. Blender is really gaining ground, not just by world builders, but artists of all ages and interests.
One of our favorite builders, Lance, has been working for the past few months developing a workshop introducing Blender skills for AltSpace VR world builders. We hope to have that ready for launch soon, so stay tuned and be inspired.
Absolutely. If you're a Blender fan, then you have likely played with the various plugins and add-ons. There are some amazing free and paid ones that improve your world building abilities and efficiencies. One of them is Scatter 5.3.
Now, scatter allows you to build multi-surface scattering of objects, textures, etc., like trees, rocks, grass, and more. Scatter's multi-surface scattering is considered the first such workflow add-on for Blender, and it really helps to distribute the painting effects and deployment of objects across surfaces quickly and efficiently. I'm looking at this thing up on the screen. I'm like, where have you been all my life? We share the link with the information on our news and updates Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen too, and it's like, oh my God, it's getting closer and closer. Is anyone here going to Blender BCon conference? Anyone? Geez, you're going to be missing
Dang,
out.
we need somebody to go.
Yes, we
Because
do.
we want you to fly to Amsterdam to do it, October 27th and 29th. We'll be reporting on the announcements and news coming out of that conference. I mean, wouldn't you want to go to Amsterdam right now?
Well, except for COVID, but be triple masked up. But Mark, it's not that far away. Drive there, hun. Be there.
Go, Mark.
Report on it.
Yeah. Yes, we should get Mark to go. That's true.
Yes.
So
he
the
deserves a
forms
break.
Yeah, absolutely. So the forms are out for submissions of worlds to the Halloween Fright Night and World Maze annual events in October. Go to educatorsandvr.com to find all the information you need. Next week begins the first volunteer trainer for scarers. Leslie, you better come to that. And the deadline is October 15th to get your scary world submitted. Hurry up, as the Educators and VR team will begin checking worlds early to give you feedback and approval notification. Again, check out the announcement at educatorsandvr.com.
You have to make it. You have to do it.
Okay. She's having too much fun with this. We're going to take it away pretty soon. You
There
know?
will also be a couple more Halloween themed worlds, kids, girls. There's going to be more themed world tour events coming up, so check the calendar. Cycle Winch Productions is a new collaborator in our Fright Night events, and the scripted theatrical team is working on some great worlds for their, mature
Yes.
mature audience events.
All right, you gotta watch.
I like the
watch
child in me.
I do
I
too.
know, indeed.
But you better be careful because Laurel's getting ready to take your voice tool away.
If I don't, Mark probably will. Okay.
True. Okay. So December is our annual community holiday
funny.
storytelling and world tours event. If you wish to participate in any of these, please let us know. We want to really embrace the global nature of the AltSpace VR community with worlds and stories that represent the holiday traditions of the world. All right, it's time now to talk tech and hardware.
Oh boy, is this going to be exciting. First up, congratulations to the EU for finally approving a common charging cable. Yes. Beginning in 2023, charging and data cables for mobile devices, VR headsets, and computers must be uniform. They must use the same USB-C type cable as part of the EU's effort to eliminate an e-waste and pollution in general. I get things in the mail and they come with that EU thing too, and I think I'm in the US. Why do I need that? So I have to throw it away. That's polluting.
That is too. Okay. But this means that we'll all have the same hope. Well, I don't know. We'll see how far it stretches, but at least in Europe, there's going to be one cable. While manufacturers like Apple have fought long and hard, people around the world are rejoicing. Seriously, if you could see the pile of cables I have for all of the different devices, I call them the black snakes. Because they're just like everywhere, and tangled up mess. I just sent 2 huge boxes to the thrift store this summer. So using only one cable connection, we can reuse the same cable for multiple devices. And this should bring down prices and manufacturing costs as well as put just a tiny dent in the vast quantities of e-waste. Nothing's worse than not only having too many cables, but not being able to find the right cable
Mhm.
I'm
for that
dealing with it
device.
right
too.
now.
Oh my God, it
Yes.
just makes me crazy.
Ah.
So I'm
I
excited
tell
about this. I
everybody I
want it
live in a
everywhere.
spaghetti factory.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Spaghetti cables
Yep.
everywhere.
You got it. You got it.
We wanted to bring your attention to a new technology being developed by Samsung that could literally change VR forever. Ready for this? It's called eSkin.
Ooh.
eSkin is a new form of VR controller that would be placed on your skin and would allow extreme hand tracking and haptic sensation, even to the point of touch and temperature sensitivity.
You're hot.
Mm.
They say that this project is designed to emulate human skin, which is really just a circuit board made of electrical currents that send signals to the brain. So why not add a skin-like layer to make VR and AR come alive and do the same thing? I mean, we could all get chills.
Goosebumps.
The project by the Department of Materials Science and Engineering at POSTECH has received funding support from Samsung Electronics for the next 5 years. In addition to VR, the potential for eSkin could be used for medical and healthcare, such as sensing pressure changes on bedridden patients to prevent bed sores and even more. Exciting news.
Mhm.
All these industries, it's all interrelated, and it comes back to us. I mean, we gain the benefits in VR.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek on steroids. That's what I want.
Yep.
So, yeah, news is everywhere about the new HTC Vive Pro 2 VR headset, currently available for pre-order. The successor to the Vive Pro VR wired headset includes 5K resolution, 120-degree field of view, 3D sound improvements, and plenty more. The reviews are very positive.
Yes, they are. The $800 headset does not include the base station and controllers. So this adds up to an expensive headset. But the current controllers and base stations will work if you have already invested in the Vive Pro. Remember, this is a professional headset for power gamers and businesses, not a typical consumer headset.
Sony is working on their next VR headset and increasing production. Sony's first PlayStation headset took 8 months to sell a million units, compared to the Quest 2 that is already up to 15 million. Sony announced that it's pushing harder not only for production but sales and marketing, with the goal to make 2 million PlayStation VR 2 headsets by March of next year in time for the release.
Woo! How exciting that is. We know that the headset will be compatible with the PS4 and 5, but PSVR 2 will not be able to play the original PSVR games, requiring people to cough up money to keep, to cough up money playing their favorite games. The headset will have pass-through and custom play area functionality and come with a lineup of over 20 games. We'll share more as the release draws nearer and nearer. Excuse me, I'm
It's
coughing it
times
up.
like this that I wish I had hands in this moment, because this deserves a little bit of a smack on the head.
You mean mine?
Wonderful.
Laurel, I think Marcia's having way too much fun today.
You are having you are in your element, my friend. You are absolutely there. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you just got reprimanded by our boss here.
I told you he scares us. I told you. Believes me. Mark is too nice.
What was that?
He said he couldn't help himself.
What did he do?
Next
What did he
thing-
do?
He smacked you. Oops, he smacked you on the back of the head. He came zinging up here and he bopped you on the
Well,
head.
Marcia,
it was awesome.
you're lucky he didn't bring a knife over from Murder 4, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quiet now.
Watch film at
Abuse,
11 for
abuse.
details.
Okay. All right, we are moving on here. Let's let's talk about some news from around the metaverse. News we need to know as it impacts all of us.
Okay. All right, let's get through this because we've got a great discussion question I want to get to it today. All right, we have two quick announcements about new goodies coming up to the Quest for Quest headset users. First of all, Beat Saber has released their first Lizzo music pack, featuring 9 songs from the Grammy-winning artist to get you dancing and slicing. Nice.
Wow, if Beat Saber isn't enough for you, stay tuned as fencing fan Mark Zuckerberg is bringing his favorite hobby to Quest users that features fencing in mixed reality, not just VR. He released a teaser video this past week with gold medal Olympic fencers. It looks like fun, but I will need to get a larger living room, I think.
Me too.
Yeah, me
You wanna have,
too.
I could see. Is it going to be lamps broken and
Yeah.
I
Hats
think
stepped
the homes
on.
of the I think the homes of the future are going to have like a special room dedicated to VR. But anyway, I
You got it.
digress.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steam VR underwent major updates this summer as Valve fixed its faulty headset and game tracking statistics. Hoping it is fixed, this month's Steam hardware survey reported that Quest 2 usage on Steam has dropped significantly.
Now,
Mm.
Quest 2 is down almost 8%, but other headsets are on the rise. Remember, VR usage, especially for social and play, is cyclical. It drops in the summer and early fall as people go on vacation and they return back to work and school. We're feeling the drop in AltSpace VR and other platforms as well, which I know that makes people nervous. They go, oh, AltSpace is ending. It's the end of the world. They're going to be quitting it, closing. This is just the cycle, folks. But it's actually a relief to turn back to some kind of normal cycle after almost 3 years of craziness, right? So
Yes.
this is the normal cycle of life here. Just wait, just wait.
You mean
Come,
we're
come the
normal
end
here?
of November, 1st of December, you're going to be going, why are there so many people in here? Get them out of here. Just a cycle.
That's the truth.
Well, I
Especially
thought
right
we were
after
already
Christmas.
normal. Maybe not. While
Oh,
many
yeah,
of
not
us,
a chance.
while many of us love our Quest Meta headsets, the news about the business side of the social media and metaverse wannabe giant continues to be bad.
An employee whistleblower leaked an internal company memo with information on the concern the employee had about their ability to fix quality control issues for Horizon Worlds and fears about how too many young people and trolls are seizing control, especially after Facebook laid off many moderators and therapists they hired in response to front page news on sexual assaults and violence.
The memo also stated that the platform is too buggy and employees are barely using it, which is hampering development as well. They report that the onboarding experience is confusing and frustrating, and there are just too many problems and not enough solutions.
Unfortunately, that is very true. And we hear that. We've complained much of the same things to Allspace VR staff, and they know it too. It's sad to see this happen to other platforms, but hopefully the whistleblower's leak might help change things. We live in hope. And it's clear from the report that they still believe in Horizon, and that I appreciate.
Well, news has made it public this week that Facebook Meta's lawyers have been busy going after many VR games and apps. Simula VR announced publicly that it's been subpoenaed by Meta Platforms related to the U.S.'s FTC antitrust case. Simula VR is a VR headset manufacturer creating the first portable Linux-based VRT headset and computer.
Their Pro headsets start at $2,700 and not even competition for the Quest Pro headset. They have 20 days to put together a long list of documents for Meta's review. They are also being asked to report in person thousands of miles away from their offices.
The company doesn't have the time nor the money to comply. Our reporters learned that Meta is using the FTC antitrust suit to go after many other VR manufacturers and app developers. Bloomberg News reports that at least 132 companies have been subpoenaed, including Pico, Snap, Clubhouse, and more.
That's sad.
It is sad, but we're keeping an eye on this, and this kind of legal burden could easily crush some developers in the VR market. It is up to Facebook Meta to research and defend their position, not up to them to crush the spirit out of other rising stars.
Very well said, Marcia. Well, many gamers were frustrated when Google announced that they were shutting down Stadia. Imagine VR gamers' shock when it announced this week that Google is pouring $12 million into SideQuest, the alternative to the Quest Store for Quest apps.
Wow. Shane Harris and his wife are the owners of this fast growing and essential web platform that offers Quest users and developers access to each other without restrictions of the Quest store. Combined with last year's funding at about $10 million, it is believed that SideQuest will play a huge role in shaping the future of the VR market for games and apps.
Launched in May 2019, Shane is well known around Altspace VR as one of the early community world builders and developers. He brought the world's first builder tool to Altspace VR to help people create and customize their worlds with A-Frame. Shane continues to be involved with Altspace VR, and you can sometimes even find him helping out on the Altspace VR Discord. So congratulations to everyone at SideQuest. That is really exciting news.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Well, it's time now for our Discord tip of the week. That's what I needed this morning. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by ASVR and events and many groups all across the ASVR community. That means Altspace VR.
Yes. Discord announced this week that it has been 5 years since they first added screen sharing and video chat to the popular gaming and social media platform. 5 years. Wow. They admit that it is weird to imagine us working without it, and we have to agree.
Some Altspace VR event hosts include live chats with video and screen sharing, and also stream their live events into their Discord servers. We thought we'd take a quick moment to tell you how they do that. But I might add to this, I invited Karen today to hear the New York stereoscopic world, and that's also piped into Zoom and to YouTube and to Twitch, and we were on it too.
Yeah, and just as a quick aside, it is worth going to that event. It was so cool because you get to be in on their Zoom conversation. They get to see us in VR, and it's all streamed here live in Altspace. It was a really cool thing. And you know what a lot of our community is creating, including the two Daves, with stereoscopy portraits, images, is just awesome. Anyway, going back to Discord. So click on any voice channel to join, and instantly you're in a voice call. In the lower left corner of the desktop version, click the video or screen buttons to activate them.
To share your screen, click the screen button above your name and select a window. In this first example, you'll see the browser window with our news and updates script, a little peek behind the curtain.
That's the mess we read every week. To share the view and stream from Altspace VR, simply click on the screen button and change the window to Altspace VR. Here you see the hallway leading to our studio with all of the fun Halloween goodies Mark has added for the month. Yeah.
Hey, Mark. I love it. It really puts you in the Halloween mood. So with a moderator at your Altspace VR event, they would simply share their screen with watchers in Altspace VR to make sure they can hear everything, including what you say. Know that Discord screen sharing audio will not work when in full screen mode. Minimize the window and reset the voice settings to default, the same you use for AltSpace VR, and it should resolve the audio issues.
Yes, I hope so. We look forward to more events shared in event Discord servers, giving people many options to tune into your event. Remember, if you have a Discord tip that you would like to share with us, please let us know and share it on News and Updates Discord.
Are you excited about the Halloween season events coming up? So are we. Here are some highlights of a few events coming up this week and some peeks into the spooky future events from the more than 300 VR events here in AltSpace VR this coming week. Don't worry, we have some calmer events for the week of heart.
dig through all the religious events this weekend and you'll find another Sunday tradition, a tailgate party hosted by
Woo!
DJ Marcus J. He set up a Sunday tailgate party for American football fans to hang out, have fun, talking sports, drinking beer, doing what you do, sitting on the tailgate of a truck.
Nothing like it. Try
Yeah.
Universe's Computer Science in VR. It's offering their VR World and Advanced Unity Development course here in AltSpace VR. The company started in 2019, right here in AltSpace VR, and many of us here have been through their classes and workshops. The first meetup of the new course is tomorrow. If you have been through the earlier courses, this is your time to set up your world building skills. Step it up, folks.
Step right up and step it up. Pagans in VR are hosting another full moon dance party on Sunday at Stonehenge. I don't know about you, but I appreciate these events, even if I can't make them, as they're often too late for me. But they remind me to look to the sky and enjoy the full moon experience. And okay, maybe dance a little on my own, right? Okay, we like that. If the time works for you, check it out and party under the moon in VR.
Educators in VR is hosting a month-long series of special events in AltSpace VR dedicated to building cyberbullying awareness. Their special interest group teams are tackling the subject from various perspectives, such as the VR coaching and personal development team exploring awareness and self-care in the metaverse, and the virtual schooling team talking about parents and talking to their children about cyberbullying.
Very serious stuff. The 18th of October is a special annual event as part of the larger Cyberbullying Month activities. It is the Event Hosts Speak Out panel featuring event hosts and moderators to discuss their experiences with trolls, bullies, and to handle crowd control. If you are an event host and would like to be included, talk to Laurel or the team after the show or contact her on Discord. We'll get this resolved,
Wednesday.
right?
Yeah. Wednesday, language educators are encouraged to come together to meet in AltSpace VR with Educators in VR, the language team. This is an opportunity to discuss tips and techniques for learning languages in VR and AR with other educators, students, and professionals.
Media Gossip with Scorpio is an open forum event to talk about the latest hot shows and streaming entertainment news and gossip. We have to add this from their description. Quote, discuss Real Housewives of every city, Married to Medicine, 60 Days and Sister Wives, Zeus Network, Inmate to Roommate, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, A&E, Apple, Bravo, TLC, Celebrity Gossip, and much more, unquote. Wow. Okay.
I think there's a sentence in there somewhere.
I think so. Wow, what fun. So check that out on Wednesday. I have to check it out just after reading the description.
I know.
Oh, Fuchsia has launched Wine Down Wednesdays. Wine in the Woods, a social mixer with Denise and the Denise Fashion Team. Yes, it's on Wednesday, and a great opportunity to chill out with a good bottle and chat with friends and meet the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do
Thirsty,
wine?
Okay. You knew the answer to that one. Thirsty, the Cultural Heritage Preservation Team from Educators. It's Marcia's fault. From Educators in VR is hosting a special presentation on building historical landmarks in VR. World builders and teachers, you don't want to miss this event.
You better be careful, Laurel, or Mark's going to be up here pounding on your head.
I know he will. I know it. I get it. He will pound on me for sure. I just know it.
Yes, he will. Simulation Nation is hosting world builder Mason, who specializes in mind-blowing mazes, magicians' castles, and Zen meditation spaces. What a mix. Mason is also an expert in MREs, so check that out on Thursday.
I will. There are so many ways to get involved with Halloween here in AltSpace VR. Educators in VR is offering a volunteer training to scare people. Can I use my voice? To scare people.
I'm in trouble now.
Throughout dozens of worlds as part of their Halloween Fright Night events. If you are a writer, consider sharing your original scary story in the Creative Writing Meetup Halloween Fright Night storytelling event on the 25th of October. So much going on. Be a part of it.
Marcia, we're being replaced.
Laurel! What happened to Laurel?
Our replacements are here.
Oh, I got one too.
Hey, cutie. A little hug there. Mwah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Again, I don't know whether to let him stay or go back up to my post. I'll let him stay for a minute.
Kind of cute in a sicko sort of way.
I'm gonna slap Mark upside the head.
You better. I think we all deserve to.
And they're moving too. They're
Yes!
me out.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
wow, okay.
Jesus.
All right. Let's
Okay.
go on. Okay. Again, I can't do this. Again, we really wish we had time to bring attention to all the amazing events at AltSpace VR. I'm being totally creeped out. Check them out on the calendars, on the website, and in World. And make sure you RSVP to, maybe I should let him read it, to mark an event as interested. So you will be notified through the email you used to sign up for AltSpace VR 1 hour in advance of the event. Oh, they're gone.
I told you. Mark is a scary producer. He loves to torture us. All right, now it's time for our.
Well, does he have a drum roll then?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's time for our discussion because there it is. Oh my goodness. Y'all know how this works. So what are we going to be talking about? Karen?
Okay. Let me regain my composure here. All right. So
Not
shopping
possible.
season has started. Amazon Prime early access sales start this week, along with sales by other companies to match. And Black Friday is right around the corner.
What are you looking for to buy? I'm just getting even with Mark. What are you looking for to buying the
He's
VR
gonna
this year? Has a game caught your attention? Thinking about a new headset? What about accessories? New grips for your controllers? Or maybe one of the new fan or battery pack attachments? Or a better head strap? So many possibilities for Christmas.
Yeah, if you have a request for Santa, do you? Have you been
Yes.
nice? Have you been naughty? What's on your shopping list this year? So please hit the raise hand button in the lower right hand corner and let us know what you're shopping for. And I need to say that we're picking on Marcia. She's the new kid in town, so it makes it easy. But Marcia recommended when I got the Quest 2 this amazing headset. You want to tell the strap? You want to tell
The
them about
Bobo.
that? That is
The
incredible.
Bobo.
Yeah.
A Bobo head strap, and it comes in several versions, but one has got the battery pack on the back, And I know several of my friends have gotten them, and I see Darren up there saying he got one too. And
Yeah,
they are wonderful. They're wonderful, and they're so
it is.
comfortable.
I got the one with 2 battery packs so that I can quickly, it charges up.
Yeah.
So it charges up the headset, so then you can disconnect it if you need to. But I just quickly, it has a magnet, so it just drops into place. So I can quickly grab it, put it on the headset, and then take it off if I need to, and then grab the next one if I run out. So I can never leave VR. So thank you for that recommendation. It was
Oh, she's
wonderful.
here forever, folks.
I'm stuck in here forever. Stands with Trees. What's on your shopping list for Santa?
Yeah. We can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Is it us
You
or
mute.
is it you? We're going to
Maybe.
try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Stand with Trees.
Matthew.
Okay, well, you're figuring that out. I bet you've been touching your voice mod, messing audio up. All right, raise your hand
Nope.
again when you. Nope. Is he back? Nope.
We have to
okay.
read his mind. What do you think he
We have
wants
to read
for
his mind.
Christmas?
Oh, I know what he wants. But I'm going to let him tell. So hopefully he'll get that audio figured out and he'll be back. Does anyone else want to share what they want? Because I got what I wanted. So now I'm like thinking, what do I want for Christmas? Because or holidays. What VR thing am I gonna? I'm gonna ask. Actually, I'm gonna ask for a few apps. There's a few things. The fencing one looks very cool. I think that would be fun if that's out in time. I do want a Pico headset desperately. Darren,
Me too.
you're up.
Yeah, I have the same Bobo VR Pro 2, M2 Pro set.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about getting a extra battery. Mine just came with one for $49, but you can get another one, $39 additionally if you want. And
Mhm.
I may also get a small fan for my router to keep it cool because it gets really hot, then the whole network shuts down. So I
Is
found
there
out
a
the
fan? Is there
router
a fan
overheats.
unit that will fit specifically for a router?
No, but Amazon has plenty of different ones, different sizes and everything, and they say they're used for receivers, they're used for cooling any equipment down that doesn't come
Uh-huh.
with it. You just place a fan next to it, which I have right now, a clipped-on fan, a bigger one. I want to get a smaller one, leave it on all the time.
Oh,
And
that's genius.
yeah, they have those. They have it on Amazon, a whole bunch of different sizes and everything. So yeah, that's a
Oh, well, let
great
us know when
idea.
you find one. Please let us know because that'll help point us in the right direction because that is brilliant. Because mine, sometimes it's so hot that I feel like I'm burning my fingers if I have to touch and move it. So that is
I,
brilliant.
I definitely say get a small fan right now, a clip-on fan, any type of fan, and put it to the router, and I bet you'll never have any problems with the network.
Nice.
At least I
Excellent.
do. I
Other
seem
than
to have
then,
really good.
well, I also another thing is do consider if you don't own one to get a electric timer that you like use on a Christmas tree where you plug it in and it goes on and off at certain times. And I
Yeah,
turn off my old router. I should probably do it for my new one. I turn it off for around 15 to 20 minutes in the middle of the night when I should not be up. And that clears out the cache and it just seems to run more stable. But I spent years on DSL and ADSL, which was crap for net. And that's the only way. After 2 or 3 days, if I didn't do that, then I had massive problems. So having a fan on there and having that little uh, timer on there was just a good thing to clear it out on. And I didn't have to do anything. It just did it. Great suggestion. Love
I
it.
leave my router on 24 hours a day,
So do
but
I. Yeah. Yeah.
you can actually program the router if you go inside the router itself and have it turned off the air part of it. So it turns off the way no one can connect and then it reconnects it back on. At the same time as you may use it at night sometimes if you want and if it's turned off, there's no point to it then.
Yeah.
Unless you
Well,
have a
mine is
computer.
it clears the cache. So if you leave it
Yeah.
on, you can turn off the air access went up, but mine is to clear the cache. That's the only reason. Is just give it a
Yeah.
chance. Just
Good
runs better when
idea.
you kind of empty the cache out. Great suggestion. Thank you, Darren, and congrats again on
Thank
the
you.
on the show. Yay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to
Yes.
try again. Stance with trees.
Am I back?
You're
Yes, now we hear you.
Yay.
So, okay. A word of advice, people. When you tip up your boom mic on your headset, make sure you put it back down. Okay. Anyway,
It's always the little
so,
things that gets us. Yep.
yeah. So anyway, so this is sort of related to VR, not directly related to VR, but I want. It's coming out next week. It's being released next week. I want myself an RTX 4090.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
Now tell them what that is if they don't know.
Okay, so whoever does not know what that is, that's a graphics card for a computer.
And what's the
And
name of
graphics
it again?
Card.
It's a RTX 4090.
It's,
NVIDIA,
it's,
made by
a, it's
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. Yeah, it's NVIDIA's GeForce. When I was looking through working on trying to find the specifications for the new Vibe Pro 2 that's coming out,
Mhm.
they're recommending that you have at least a 2080, an RTX 2080, which is what I have. And so that
Oh.
now is the new minimum. That was expensive,
Wow.
some bitch, when I bought it. It was over $1,000 for that card. So, and I know that the prices have come tremendously down, but that's a good reminder. In the next year or two, I have to upgrade my graphic card, and so look for sales. That's a great idea. And it's not just for it's not for two. It's just the key reason to do that is if you do a lot of video, you do a lot of high graphics. You know, you're working with Blender and Unity and things like that. That graphic card is absolutely essential. If you have a tethered headset or you use the Quest Link, having that high quality graphics card is absolutely essential. So think about that. That's a great idea. Thank you. Beautiful. Anyone else have something on their list? So in addition
I don't think
to
they're ready for Christmas.
Probably not. Okay. All right. So Steph, oops. Sorry, we're having a button issue here. There you go, Steph.
I'm looking forward to playing with the new app that's a music program called Patchworld. And
Ooh.
that looks like a lot of fun. And it might turn into something that will really bring music into VR in a whole new way.
Ooh, tell us about it,
Wonderful.
Steph.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to describe, especially since I haven't worked with it yet. But you literally can make your own musical instruments that you can then play in VR.
Wow.
They can be almost any shape, and you can bring things from the outside in through your mic.
Oh, I love
and
it.
literally make musical instruments on the go. It has a community feature where you can actually jam with other musicians as well. It's looks like they're going to be doing a lot of modifying of it as time goes on too. So it's might become a standard thing after a while. So it might be worth
Oh,
getting involved with
wonderful.
if you want to
It's
do
called
music
again?
in VR.
It's called
Patch
It's called what?
Patchworld.
Patchworld.
It's not a
World.
name.
Ah,
I gotta write that
Patchworld
down.
Interesting.
VR.
Patch World.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
PATCH World.
yes.
No,
That's
that sounds
exciting for
wonderful.
me. Woo.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
yeah,
right.
it
I
is,
love that. And
Marcia.
I'm looking forward. We need, anytime we can push the boundaries, I am a happy girl. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. We're going to be asking you what you got during this sale, but definitely as we get closer to Black Friday. So be thinking about all the different things that you want for the holidays. And that is it for today's news and updates. We survived. Thank you for joining us here every week and celebrating 4 years of news and updates every Saturday. You don't understand. There's a wasp in my office, and I am looking at it right now, sending evil vibes, saying, "If you move, I'm gonna kill you." So I may have
it's
to
not
deal with it the moment this show is over.
It's not a virtual wasp either.
No, it's a real wasp, and so I've been nervous this whole show. All right, so thank you very much for joining us here and celebrating over 4 years of news and updates every Saturday.
We do this for you for free. I'm going to put a tip jar out there. Is that okay? We do this for you
I
for
would-
free
Seriously.
to help you better help you be a better informed community. We are volunteers, not Altspace VR employees. We do this because we believe in this community, not because we're crazy.
We
Hey,
live
you
stream
have
the
to be
news on
crazy to work
YouTube
here.
and Twitch every week. My co workers here are just misbehaving like crazy today, Laurel and Marcia. Anyway, we live stream the news on the YouTube and Twitch every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more about Altspace VR events, projects, news, and community activities, as well as in our news and updates Discord.
We could not do this without our amazing volunteer team of reporters, moderators, filmers, and support team. If you would like to join the news and updates team, let us know. We'd love to teach you about how all this insanity comes together at the last minute every week. It's a great way to learn about event production as well.
Thank you to all of our friends and our community members. We are with you. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these most uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you, everyone.
Ed.
Thank you, Laurel.
Thank you,
Karen.
Laurel.
Thank you,
Mark,
Marcia.
I
Mark
need to talk to you. I'm going to
Thank
smack
you
you.
guys for being here.
All right.
What about